Project Pipeline is a project that we started many years ago in NOMA. The idea behind Project Pipeline is to bring middle school kids into the profession at an early age so that they can basically get the tools and the resources so they can become an architect.
Project Pipeline is NOMA's way to ensure that there are licensed African American architects in the future.
Currently, there are about 100,000 licensed architects, and of that 100,000, 2,000 of those people are of African American descent. And then of that 2,000, only 300 of us are female licensed architects. We want to help increase that number and get those stats up and have more representation in the architectural and building and design professions.
Why is it important that we bring our youth into the profession of architecture, get them excited about it? Well, it really boils down to the legacy that we are charged with leaving behind 100 years from now, when future generations look back to sort of gauge who we were as a society, that they'll learn much about us through the buildings that we've left behind. Now, if we as a people are not part of that conversation, if we're not helping to create that legacy, then we could easily be overlooked and forgotten. And for many of us, particularly our NOMA membership, that's not acceptable. So we work very, very hard throughout the country with our youth, getting them excited and involved in the things that will allow them to become productive citizens and architects in the future.
NOMA Summer Camp is really a great incubator place for our young people to kind of get an idea specifically what it takes to take their creative talent from concept to reality.
My favorite part of the camp is building the houses and designing them, taking our own ideas and actually making them. I built my house for a writer slash reader, so I built a lot of windows so natural light can come in really easily.
Not only do we teach them how to do stuff, we also give them the words to use, and that's important. It's amazing in terms of what we can accomplish in three Saturdays, from zero, from nothing, to actually a camper's idea being built.
They taught us how to draw the plan, how to size it, like we're using grids. We learned about scaling, about making things proportionate, how to make sure that everything we need to build it is on the paper itself. So if we can draw it, we can build it.
As an engineer, I was taken aback that being for architects, that we could maybe bring something to the kids on an engineering level. I'm just blown away by how some of these kids have such a out-of-the-box way of thinking.
This is a community center that I built for the neighborhood. Right here is like a learning center where kids can do their schoolwork.
I guess the thing that I was impressed with, Cole, is you're building a community center. It's not about you. How did you come up with that? Why were you reaching out to the community?
Well, I kind of like to go to community centers myself, and I think it'd be a fun experience for the kids in the neighborhood.
It's really important for the kids to understand this is not just about building a building, but this is about how it fits, how it serves the community need. They're really thinking about that, how the community is going to use some of these facilities. And I think as they grow, they're going to understand even more how the work that they do is so important to the community and the world around them.
We are focused a lot on green building and sustainable design. It's something that the world is moving towards, and we want to encourage the youth to go that route, and we want them to take this on and really master the method of building and working with your environment.
We like to generalize our program in terms of teaching them to be critical thinkers.
It's a museum that represents like an assembly line of how aircrafts are created and how they're manufactured.
When they have this concept in their mind, well, how do you get that idea, that concept on paper? They'll actually build a physical model that will incorporate onto a cityscape that we put together, so every one of these young kids will actually see their product in context as a global community.
We built a sports facility.
An athlete can come into the sports facility, check out some shoes, and maybe go play some basketball afterwards. My favorite part of the camp is definitely this part, the building process.
We're also interested in architecture, so this is pretty fun to do for us.
One of the things that I'm excited about as a parent is that for the first time, My son is able to draw correlations between specific courses, advanced sciences and math, that he can take in the future to pursue his dream. You know, he's really getting excited about architecture and engineering and things of that nature. And it's just really encouraging, and I'm just really thankful to NOMA for exposing our kids to this discipline.
It's really about the young people that we bring together in these camps. We come as professionals with all of our knowledge and expertise, and we sit down and start painting on a blank canvas, and before we know it, these kids have picked up the paintbrush and they're creating a rich tapestry. We end up learning more from them, or as much from them as I think they do from us, and what it does is it gives us tremendous hope for our future. These kids are so excited about creating, and the act of making, it's so powerful, and when they leave here, I think that we like to believe that they've been changed.